Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom manga review. See by the title below, yes, this is on chapter 537 of Fairy Tail, and yes, I know, I'm sorry this is like several days late, but like I've been saying in my vlogs and everything, I've been kind of on the edge. Don't really know if I really want to get back into reading this. The only real reason I really decided to get back to reading this is because when I heard that there was only 10 more chapters, I was like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and, you know, read it to the end. I loved Fairy Tail before, back when, you know, it first began and everything. Read the manga, watched the anime, and even though this last arc has just been, oh my gosh, and literally I stopped at like 529 when I was reviewing it and everything too, and I know for a fact that so many other people stopped way before that, but I kept deciding, you know, I kept thinking it'll get better, you know, maybe it'll get better kind of thing. I want to, you know, I loved Fairy Tail before and I want to keep that love and everything, but it was just getting too much for me. One day I had the chance to either go ahead and review it, or since I was pretty damn busy on that day, or I would just like, you know, forget it and just not read it until I guess like now I'm doing it till the, you know, it starts to, you know, when it's finally going to end and everything. And I didn't expect it to be this fast, you know, like literally like I said, I stopped at 529. It is now 537, so I kind of binge read all today just to get to the point so I can see what happened and everything. Because I saw something, I'm not gonna lie, I saw a spoiler and everything that what happened in this chapter, and I was like, no ways, that's bullcrap, that did not happen. And I know for a fact you already know what I'm talking about, and yes, that's like the stupidest thing. And it's funny to me, it sucks, it's funny because I was just laughing like, no ways, that's not possible, you know. But literally, I actually felt that this chapter could have been really, you know, good. I actually really enjoyed the way that they ended up making, you know, him dying. How Zeref ended up dying. Because for the longest time, I was kind of wondering, how was Zeref going to be killed? How are they going to kill an immortal, you know? Everything pointed to Natsu doing some crazy thing, and it looked like that would be how it is and everything. But of course, like the last couple chapters or whatever, that one point where Natsu like literally obliterates him, but he comes back connecting because of Fairy Heart and everything. At that point, I was like, wait, you want him to kill you all along? Looks like Natsu could have. What the hell's up with that? Only now Natsu's able to pretty much kill you, but he can't because of Fairy Heart. That part made no sense. But I'm going to try and not discuss things that I read in the last chapter, since this is a review on this chapter. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't want me to start talking about the other chapters before that, because I know for a fact there's a lot of people that just hate Fairy Tail already, as much, you know, enough as it is. But I literally like this chapter. I like the way that they ended up coming up with how Zeref ends up dying and everything. It makes sense, you know, why did, you know, Mavis end up dying, but why did Zeref not die? And that is because of Mavis's feelings. She wasn't really sure of herself if she really did indeed love her, while Zeref did love her. You know, like they say, it's the biggest it's the contradiction and everything. And that is why finally she was able to do it, and it was really emotional. You know, I was really getting hit by the feels. I was like, damn, this is actually really good. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's actually like kind of like it's like a bittersweet, tragic kind of thing. You know, the whole story between Mavis and Zeref, I've actually really have enjoyed it, because it's honestly a really tragic story. It's so sad, you know. They both love each other, and then of course, you know, Mavis ends up dying, and Zeref wants to die as well, but he can't, and it's so sad for him, honestly. Sure, everything he's done, he's still a dick and still an ass on certain points, but you'd be like that too after centuries of living, and then finally he was able, you know, find, you know, someone he loved like Mavis, and then boom, she ends up dying, and that's because he truly did to this point love her. And that is why finally now she was able to, since she knows for a fact that she, you know, loves him. And you see the moment where she's like, she's telling herself and trying to make it so he doesn't die, because she doesn't want him to die. She loves him, but that's why she kept trying to saying, you know, no, don't die, or die, just go ahead and die already, because she doesn't want him to die. But her feelings are obviously, that's not what she wants. It's really, like she said at the very end, don't die. And that's why he ends up dying, because of the contradiction of their love. And I thought it was really sweet, like a bittersweet kind of tragic ending where they both died together, you know, like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. And honestly, if they just ended the chapter right there, I thought it would have been a really great chapter. Not gonna lie, like a lot of the chapters before this point, I was like, okay, seriously, that's what happened. But this chapter, like if you just look at this chapter, it was actually a pretty good chapter. I really loved the emotion that was coming, the emotions that were coming from Mavis, and like it was really impactful between them, and seeing finally Zeref, dying, and in the end it was both Zeref and Mavis going together, And then of course we go ahead and see Makarov somehow living. That is of course the stupidest thing. There's been so many, cop-outs already on how many deaths, with Gajeel and of course Juvia, and just like literally, if they just, oh my gosh, one death, Makarov's death, could have been so much more meaningful in my opinion if they just kept him dead. See how Fairy Tail is without him and everything, But no, they decide, let's make it so, Hiro Mashima decides, let's make it so Makarov doesn't die either. After all the bullshit and everything, he opens his eyes. Oh, I felt like I was in a dream. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's a damn nightmare. You're still alive somehow. Zeref's not the immortal one. Makarov is, because somehow he never dies. Somehow he comes back every single time. And it's like, are you kidding me? Really? I know you want to make it like a good happy ending and everything, and it looks like it's going to be one of those, like literally a pure fairy tale, this, whenever something happens and someone says something, it's like, oh, that only happens in fairy tales. This is practically like just like that. Yeah, fairy tale literally is a fairy tale. Things that, plot armor just come out of nowhere for everyone, obviously. Literally the next chapter's title is like something about, it looks like it's going to be Natsu dying now too, because obviously Zeref dies, so Natsu's got to die too. But for a fact that he's not gonna die. The plot armor is way too strong, and I have a feeling he's not gonna die. Like somehow, some way, he should be dead, but he's not gonna end up. Probably something to do with Lucy rewriting his book or something. But literally, just, oh my gosh. Honestly, the chapter would have been so, like, it would have just been so much better without that last part. That last part just ruined the chapter for me. And I saw in the forums, it ruined it for a lot of people, But sometimes that's just how it is. We just gotta write out these last, I think, 8 or 9 chapters. I usually always say I can't wait to see the next one. I just want to see this end, honestly. See how it goes and ends. Hope it's probably going to be a nice happy ending, and everyone's going to be like, yay, happy ending, I guess. But literally, it's so stupid. Literally, just like, I'm just so speechless, because I cannot believe that they ended up making, Hiro Mashima ended up making so Makarov ends up living again somehow. Like, just keep him dead. It would have been so much better just to do that. And if you were going to bring him back to life, I feel it would have been so much better if you, didn't have Gajeel and Juvia, like those numerous times when someone was about to die, and all of a sudden, nope, they're fine, he's still alive. Oh, nope, Juvia is not dead either. Like, if those moments did not happen, and Makarov died, and then he came back now after like how long everyone thought he was dead, then maybe it would have been a little bit better and more meaningful in a way. But in the end, it's like, there's so many animes that you watch, like, there are a lot of shonen as well, and somehow they end up coming back to life. But there are times when at least someone should die, and in the end, practically no one died. I guess you can say, like, Ichiya ended up dying, but who the hell knows if he really died either? Like, all of a sudden he comes back to life. Natsu, the title of the next chapter is literally just the flame vanishes. Maybe he just loses his fire abilities, his dragon abilities, or something like along those lines, and he's just normal or something. I don't know, but we just gotta wait and see how the next chapters go and how everything does end. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say about this chapter, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom manga review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts. You don't have to sugarcoat it. If you wanted to just like say something super bad about what happened, feel free to do that, because literally it's so stupid right now at this point. I don't even know, honestly. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts as well, so don't forget to leave, in the comments if you do have any. And until next time, guys, see ya.